We know lots of you are planning summer vacations, hoping to squeeze it in before you run out of time, and Global Travel is joining us for this week's Going Places. Julie Summers joining us. Thanks so much for being here early.
Thanks for having me.
We're talking about the Big Apple, the big one.
The big one.
New York City. I know there's so much to do there, but you've picked out some of the best things to do, right?
Just a
You've been
few.
yourself, right?
I have, yes.
How recently did you go?
It's been a few years before they finished the World Trade Center, but it's finished now.
Yeah.
But it was in the process, so it was just a few years ago.
So another reason to go back then,
Yes.
for that reason.
Yes.
And we'll talk about that a little bit. But first of all, we want to talk about New York City. There's a lot of touristy stuff you can do, which is fine. Some people say, hey, but I want to experience New York like actual New Yorkers do. What do they do that the tourists don't?
Right. So once you've seen all the iconic landmarks, the Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island,
Empire State Building.
Empire State
I went
Building.
to the top of that when I was about 8.
Very beautiful site. Then you want to walk the neighborhoods in New York City. They all have a distinct history. They all have distinct feelings. So there's a few different neighborhoods I decided to talk about today, and the Upper East Side is one of my favorites. You can walk up Fifth Avenue. You can see iconic old money homes and museums. There's still 2 wooden houses there in Manhattan, the last 2, so you can see that on that walking route as well.
The last 2 houses made out of wood.
Yes, in the city, yes.
In the city, which is a pretty big place as well. So you would you still recommend seeing these big sites before you go out to the neighborhoods and seeing some of the smaller stuff?
Probably yes, yeah, or maybe combine a little bit of both. Once you feel comfortable in the city, it's easier.
You were about to say safe. Once you feel safe in the city,
I
right?
always have felt safe there, yeah.
Oh, good.
I
People
feel
always
safe.
joke about the muggings and stuff. Did you feel fine just walking around and
I felt
the big
completely
places?
safe, and I don't know if it's my naivety or what, but I felt safe.
Let's talk about the Brooklyn Bridge. Can you actually walk across the Brooklyn Bridge?
You can. It's a beautiful site to walk across. Great views of the cities on both sides, Brooklyn and Manhattan. You can eat in the restaurants once you cross over on the Dumbo side, which is another district in Brooklyn.
Wait, say it again, the Dumbo side?
You're right. It's Dumbo. It's a district. It's down under the Manhattan overpass
Okay.
is what it stands for.
I had never even heard of that. I'm thinking, of
Right.
course, of flying elephants, but
Yes.
a much better name than for that. And finally, if you could pick one restaurant. There's thousands of restaurants there. Which one is a must if you're just visiting for the first time?
Thousands of restaurants to choose, but when you're in or near Times Square, Patsy's. It's a great Italian restaurant. My colleague, Ray Bourne, has eaten there, and she said it was just wonderful. Chef Sal takes care of all his famous clientele and non-famous. There he is.
Picture with the chef, too. How about that?
So that's a great place to eat, and plan to spend many hours. It's a long, drawn-out, authentic Italian meal.
All right, and plan to take lots of pictures, because New York
Yes.
City is a beautiful place. You'll always want to remember that. And that, to me, is what Going Places is all about, making those memories, because
That's
those
right.
will last. So, if you have any questions, we'll post information for Global Travel. They can help you look into New York City or
Absolutely.
wherever else, right?
Anywhere.
Thanks so much, Julie, for being with us.